This is not a dream. We are using your preferred podcast provider as a receiver.
Hello and welcome to Live from Manchester Morgue, where we discuss two horror films that would make an enjoyable double feature and occasionally give you a little insight into what it's like to be emotionally traumatized. I'm Gary, and with me is Ken. Hello, Ken.
Hello.
You'll like this. Coming up, we're going to be talking about two hair-raising classic horror films.
Is this going to be the
hair-raising?
Is this going to be the episode? Is this what it's going to be like?
Well, that was my one joke. Because we're talking about Werewolves with Joe Dante's The Howling and John Landis's American Werewolf in London.
Not American Werewolf in Paris, the superior film.
You know what? I watched that not so long ago. It wasn't as bad as I remembered it. The CGI is absolute dog shit.
It's terrible.
Awful. So, yeah, obviously more hilarious jokes to come.
What's the connection between these two films?
Hairiness.
There's more connections.
There are. So we've got some listener comments coming up from you guys. We'll turn that over to you in a bit. A bit of news first. Have you got any news? I've got news.
I don't think I've got news.
It's good. You'll like this news. I read it yesterday. This is excellent news. Right? So Keith David.
Yeah.
We all know. We've talked about Keith David before on the show. I'm sure we have. Legendary actor, voice actor. He was Child in The Thing and he fought Roddy Piper for like 20 minutes. He's releasing his debut jazz album this year.
Oh, wow.
In October. Autumn. And there's a single out now called Old Devil Moon.
Oh, fantastic.
In further full moon theme of the show today for the episode, yeah.
Oh, I'll stick that
There's
on.
no title for it yet, but I hope he calls it Voodoo Bullshit.
So do I.
That would be excellent.
Oh, I'll stick that on the way home.
Yeah, well, it's not. The single is out, yeah. Old Devil Moon, if you want to check out Keith David's first release.
I suppose it's not really news, but one of us, and I say one of us because we are now entertainers, influencers, if you will.
Don't call us influencers.
The trailer was out for Shelby Oaks, which is already screened in festivals in the US, which is a horror film made by Chris Stuckman, who's a movie YouTuber. It's a horror film. I think it's
that's good news. I want to keep it on.
Yeah. It's relatively self-financed, and he's kind of written it and directed it himself. So well done, Chris, if you ever hear this episode. But Keith David's in it. That was because I went to IMDb and I'm like, Keith David, yes.
Keith David. What a Keith David kind of date it's turning out to be. The Addams family who made Where the Devil Roams and Hellbender. Yeah, great films, great filmmakers. They've just released. They've just had a premiere of their latest one at Fright Fest in London.
Yes, I saw that on their Instas.
The Mother of Flies.
Yeah.
Of Flies, not Mother of Lies. Flies as in buzz. Mother of Flies, it's called.
Well, they've ruined it for like the SEO on Google in case you accidentally type Mother of
imagine.
Lies.
Yeah, I mean, that's a constant battle with our podcast, to be honest.
That's one of the That's one of the three mothers, right?
Was it Mother of Flies? Was it? Size.
Oh, Mother of Size, Mother of
Size, as in not girth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So that's all the news I've got. What have you watched since we were last here? I've only watched, aside from An American Werewolf in London, which I rewatched last night. I've watched fucking Bring Her Back.
Oh, we both watched Bring Her Back,
and our new venture, the weblog that we do. It's we did a new feature on there called Postmortem, where we both give our sort of a review, I guess, but our thoughts on the film that we both watched.
Yeah, I like
quite exciting.
Instant reactions. I wrote mine like the moment I got back in.
I did,
yeah.
Great film.
I mean, I immediately went out and got the 4K edition of Talk to Me and rewatched that, and it's still brilliant. Listen to like an hour-long chat, like interview with the Philippou brothers, Raka Raka.
Oh, nice.
And they're just like two dudes that are really enthusiastic about filmmaking, really enthusiastic about horror films, really seem to know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah.
I'm still thinking about Bring Her Back. We're at a table right now, and I'm thinking about a table. No spoilers.
I've rarely not thought about it since I watched it. It's contender for horror of the year for me, which I think I put in my little mini review thing.
I described the moment no context, but I described the moment to my partner. And she's not a gorehound, and she said, "You explaining it is making my mouth water stop."
Oh yeah, there's some quite troubling scenes.
Yeah, phenomenal Sally Hawkins performance.
Oh yeah, she was excellent. They were all great. It was just a really good film. As I say, contender for horror of the year for me. I loved it, every second of it.
Yeah, 100%.
And Talk to Me 2 is in production, isn't it? Or it's being written or something.
Their next film, I don't know if it's Talk to Me 2.
No, I don't know what their next film is, but I think it's on the cards that they're doing another Talk to Me.
I think I read as well, they've got a whole Tarantino universe thing going in that apparently the house in Bring Her Back is on the same street as the house in Talk to Me.
Oh, yeah, a little universe. So it's like where evil lurks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And Terrified are supposedly in the same universe, aren't they?
Yeah. So
in a way,
when I got talked, I spent quite a lot of money on the old in the old DVD store. That's not what it is. It's just a general store. I got the Talk to Me, and I got a new fancy edition of Where Evil Lurks, and that's great. It's got a lot of interviews with the director about his history and kind of the lore behind the film and stuff. And then I kind of went online and realised that the reception to that film wasn't as positive as I thought. People were like, I don't get the hype.
What, When Evil Lurks?
Yeah.
Really? Well, I mean, if you go on I do frequent the horror subreddit. It's very, very highly regarded around those parts.
Yeah, I guess it's just the Shudder subreddit. Not to disparage anyone on the Shudder subreddit, but maybe it's just that.
Maybe. I really liked it. I mean, it's I see a lot of parallels between Damien Ruggier and the Philippines. Mm-hmm. That kind of new, very, I wouldn't say very extreme, but there's a pretty extreme things happening in them.
The key is
not like the French extreme, I guess, but
that's a good point, because I think the key with it's horror filmmaking of the world. So like the Philippines, I was reading about. It was in the interview on the 4K, and they were saying the big.
They're Australian, right?
They're Australian, yeah. And the big bit in Talk to Me, where the kid's like smashing his face in.
Oh yeah.
When they screened that at Sundance in the US, everyone was just like jumping out of the seats.
Yeah,
and
it's totally different to what you see in the theatre.
In Australia, no one was bothered.
Yeah, it's
so like that. People like the film, but like no one was. So it comes from, the place, I guess.
I guess mainstream horror cinema is a little bit diluted from that sort of thing, isn't it? A bit sanitized. You don't get that sort of thing a lot.
100%
stuff you see in a cinema or a theatre.
And we're getting a Where Evil Lurks American remake.
Oh, good, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so I rewatched Where Evil Lurks, and I, on my own, as I am wont to do, on my own on the couch, I actually clapped when the dog savages the kid. Because it's such a good moment. And then they're interviewing the director in the making of interview thing. And he's saying, you have to believe that I'm going to do anything. The viewer has to believe that I, as a director, am going to show you literally anything. And that's why, the two taboos, you don't mess with animals, you don't mess with kids, and it's two at the same time. And
we've said that before. You kill the kid, you've won our admiration in one way.
Okay, let's downplay that.
Just because, it's a bold step. And if you're going to make a horror film, don't wimp out on killing a kid, because that's an incredibly horrifying thing to do.
Yeah.
If you're trying to upset people a bit, then that's what you want to do.
Couple of connections with this. I'm going to do the less obvious one first. So in rewatching these together, and I actually watched them back to back, which is what I rarely do that with the films that we look at, but I did watch these back to back because they're quite short films. So it's like,
they're about an hour and a half each, aren't
they? It's about a sense of, it's very community based. So, I mean, American Werewolf in London is fish out of water. Him and his friend start by invading a community, and that's how the bad things happen. We'll talk about that in a minute. But he's kind of a fish out of water in this kind of bureaucratic British kind of environment, and he falls in love, and it's all very... He's the invader. He's like the aberrant kind of... And obviously he's turned into a werewolf, so he's even more of a...
Yeah, he's the other.
Yeah, he's othered, yeah.
Yeah.
And the Howling is similar to that, and they've got this kind of self-help group where they're trying to...
I suppose it's the opposite, isn't
else. It is the inverse or subversion of that. So they're nice kind of flips, and I like the idea about community. The other thing is, the obvious thing, effects. Special effects.
Well,
go ahead.
See, I pulled out my 20-year-old, more than 20-year-old DVD of American Werewolf in London, which my partner bought me, my wife bought me, before we were married, and read the production notes therein. There's a little booklet that you get inside.
I like booklets.
I like a pamphlet as well.
Yeah.
So it starts off this little book, and it says it was 9-week production. Was American Werewolf in London. 9-week shoot. And John Landis wanted an unfamiliar environment for the 2 American leads that would feel alien to them. So he went to Wales.
Yeah. I love it.
Wales. Which it goes on to say in there, is the last British stronghold of the vicious polecat.
The polecat?
Polecats, according to that, are vicious. I don't know if they are.
I used to think polecat was like a slang for like badger or something.
No, they're like weasel family, so they're like ferrets. They're not ferrets, but they're like ferrets.
Okay.
But yeah, they're like long mustelids, I think.
Mustelids?
Mustelid, like a badger's a mustelid. Is it? I think it is, yeah. It's like I can't remember what the correct terminology is now. But anyway, yeah, they're like a long weasel.
A weasel, right, okay.
But according to that booklet, they're very vicious, and the last British stronghold was in mid-Wales. This was obviously over 20 years ago that the booklet was published. They've moved on from there. They're in south of England now, of polecats. So just be careful around your ankles in the south of England.
In the south of England,
and Wales.
Haybluff in Wales. Apparently that's where it was filmed.
Was it? Because the village that they go to, where the, what's it called?
Slaughtered Lamb.
East Proctor in the film is called Crickedarn.
Ah.
And the Slaughtered Lamb isn't a pub. It was an empty house. There isn't even a pub there.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, they did it up to look like a pub.
But yeah, so the effects between the two of these films is a really interesting story. There's loads of different anecdotes, and you'll find something on the American Werewolf commentaries and making ofs. You'll find something in the literature about the Howling. But what I've kind of found is there's one central story in that. So here, these are 2 films, and quite rightly so, both of them purport to have the best transformation makeup effects. Like, I think American Werewolf in London, Rick Baker got an Oscar, I think.
He did, yeah. That's in my trivia, but there's also, it was the very first Oscar for best makeup because it didn't exist before that.
Yeah. So big leaps in makeup that we're doing. Yeah. So Rick Baker had done prep. I think this is the truest of the stories of the dynamic. Rick Baker had done a lot of prep with John Landis on American Werewolf in London. So he's doing all this pre-work.
Yeah.
But I think it fell through. It couldn't get funding or whatever. So he sees another werewolf film come up, and it's The Howling, which has been greenlit. So he jumps into the Howling project, and he's like, if I'm going to pioneer these practical effects, I'm going to do it in another werewolf film. Mm-hmm. So as soon as The Howling gets into production, the other studio shit themselves and go, we'll put this script in, we'll put Landis' script into production. Landis had been working on this script for back in the 60s.
Yeah.
So they put that in production. Rick Baker goes, I've done so much prep with Landis, I'll go over to Landis, but here's my assistant, Rob Bottin. So he leaves Rob Bottin on The Howling. Yep. Rob Bottin is the guy that did the effects for The Howling. He would then go on to make The Thing, possibly the best practical horror film, monster effects.
A case for that, yeah.
And he's done a whole bunch of other stuff. But basically, so we've got these 2 films, both of which pioneer certain aspects of physical effects, bladders, animatronics, that sort of stuff. Both are great. I think it's all in the shooting, and I think American Werewolf has the better transformation.
I think it does.
Because of the way it's shot.
There's not much in it. I think it... Well, I remember reading... Was it? No, I didn't read it. Sorry. I listened or watched... I listened to or watched an interview with John Landis many years ago where he said the first thing he wanted to do with the transformations was make it as painful as possible. He wanted it to look painful, and it fucking does look painful.
Yeah.
When David Norton's lying on the floor and he's just elongating his hands and things and
screaming and
teeth coming out of his teeth, and it does look painful. There's a lot of cracking and manipulation of joints and bones. It looks like a painful process. It's
a ballsy sequence as well because it's in full light, whereas the one in The Howling is quite in shadow. When Eddie turns, it's in shadow. But
speaking of balls, I just want to throw this in there because it's in my trivia. there's a nightmare sequence early on where he's running through the woods, is David.
Yeah.
And he's in the nip. He hasn't got any clothes on.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't do full frontal nudity because he wasn't circumcised and the character of David is Jewish.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Imagine that.
That's adherence to continuity.
He was doing Dr. Pepper adverts, which they let him go for because of his nude scenes in American Werewolf. He did nude, so they got rid of him. Didn't want him advertised. They didn't want him to be the face of Dr. Pepper anymore.
I would have a Dr. Pepper if I saw like David run across like. Yeah. Refreshing. Right, let's move on to American Werewolf in London then. So there's the connection between they both kind of they have similar themes apart from the obvious theme.
Yeah.
We know what that is, but it's the effects work. They're pioneering film.
Sure.
I've got to say it. They're iconic scenes.
Iconic scenes.
So yeah, directed by John Landis, 1981. Oh, going back a bit. Both came out in 1981. 1981 is the year of the werewolf.
Yes.
The Howling came out. American Werewolf came out. So Howling came out in March. American Werewolf came out in August. And then following was Wolfen and Full Moon High. And I think there was something else as well. Wolfen's great. Albert Finney?
Albert Finney, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it weird what is that weird tradition where every now and then they'll decide to make two films about the same thing? Because they're doing it with Frankenstein now, aren't they? There's Guillermo del Toro is doing Frankenstein and someone else. Which Christine Bale is in? Who's doing the other one?
I think it's a very similar. Oh, yeah, Christian Bale. Yeah, it's Maggie Gyllenhaal's in it. I don't know if Maggie Gyllenhaal's like writing and directing as well.
Not sure.
But
there's two versions of that in production, and there always seems to be like every now and then they'll just go, let's make two films about exactly the same fucking subject matter.
Yeah.
Why? Like,
I mean, it's money in it.
I know, but I mean, competition wise, why would you just go right? I'm going to just release the directly the same thing. Just to try and beat you. It's like, well, you could just do something else and not have the direct competition.
Yeah, I think that's been replaced in recent years by, certainly in the last like 10, 15 years, by the comic book movies because now you don't have to follow a specific trend like, oh, these guys are making a werewolf movie, we'll make one. Yeah. Now you can just be like, oh, I'll make another hero. I'll put another hero.
Well, it's the same studio doing them all.
Yeah, exactly. yeah. So like DC comes out with one, Marvel comes out with one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 1981, Year of the Werewolf, directed by John Landis. He'd written the script back in the 60s. I think he wrote the script when he spent some time with Eastern European like natives, like, I don't know, travelling people. What do we say now?
Travellers. Yeah.
Travellers.
The travelling community.
Travelling community,
yes. Well, it depends where they're from, doesn't it? Because they're all different types of
so I think he was filming another film or TV series, and he was kind of
the Howling 2 is in Eastern Europe, if I remember correctly.
Is it?
Oh, we'll talk about that later.
We will. Howling has many sequels.
Fucking hell, does
it? The Howling has the better cast. We'll talk about that. We have to directly compare these because they're literally brother and sister films. So, like they came out in the same year. Came out very similar horror B-movie directors.
I don't know because American Werewolf has Frank Oz in it.
It has Kermit the Frog in it.
It's not. No, Jim Henson's Kermit the Frog.
No, Frank Oz the voice of Kermit the Frog.
No, he doesn't. That's Jim Henson.
That's Frank Oz.
It's not.
Ooh.
Frank Oz definitely doesn't voice Kermit.
He does. He does Kermit at some point in the era.
He? Well, he famously does Bert.
Commenters.
Bert and Ernie, right? And he sounds like Bert when you watch the film.
This is why we're promoting people to like writing in.
But why does Brian Henson do his voice now? If Jim Henson's son.
No, you're right. One of the things that one of the voices that Frank Oz does is Miss Piggy, and Miss Piggy's in the film. He
definitely does Miss Piggy. Yes, Miss Piggy, and Kermit is in the film as well. That nightmare sequence. But that's one thing that struck me is that he does Bert from Bert and Ernie, as in Sesame Street, and his normal voice just sounds like Bert. If you close your eyes when he's talking, it just sounds like Bert.
When he's getting mad, like Mr. Kessler, it's like
Mr. Kessler.
That is Bert, and he's also Yoda. Not for nothing.
That's true. Yep. There was something else I wanted to say about that. I can't remember what it was. Oh yeah, that nightmare sequence is awful, isn't it?
I always forget. I think I was telling you.
Well, there's a few nightmare dream sequences. The one we've already gone over where he's just running about in the woods and eats a deer.
The one with the Nazis, basically.
There's the one with the Nazis, because he's a Jewish man. as his family's Jewish. These just shrieking Nazi demons turn up and make these horrible noises and murder everyone.
So I had no context for that when I was a kid.
No, I didn't get onto that when I was a kid. I didn't understand. I just thought they were monsters.
So I didn't know anything about the Jewish faith or that he was Jewish.
No.
So I was like, what the fuck is this? This is insane. I thought it was cool because I was a kid, but
Yeah, and the noises they make, they're like, while they're doing it.
I don't think I mean, I'm sure I realised before, but I think watching it again now, I'm only realising that they're not just demons. They have wolf faces. They have the same face.
One of them does, and then there's another one that maybe they're like mid-transformation or something.
Yeah.
They're kind of different makeups, but they're all very grisly.
Is it paranoid that not only is he becoming a wolf, he's becoming a Nazi?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Ironically, I think shrieking Nazi demons is whatever I see when I go on the news at the moment. Fucking everywhere, aren't they? Anyway, and there's a really good fake out there as well, because after that horrendous dream sequence, he's back in hospital and Jenny Agutter, Nurse Price, says, I've got just a thing to calm me down, don't worry, and opens the curtains, and there's a fucking another one, it jumps out and stabs her to death. So, and then he wakes up and it's meta. Yeah. Meta is what they call that these days, isn't it?
They do. The children. Anyway. Children. And meta's been a thing since the 90s, so adult grandparents call it meta now.
Yeah, they do, yeah. Do you know, there's a really good soundtrack. American Werewolf has a great soundtrack.
So all of them are moon-themed?
All of them moon-themed. They wanted to use Moonshadow by Cat Stevens, but he wouldn't let them because he was actually a believer of things that are cult, like he was scared of werewolves.
Isn't Cat Stevens Yusuf Islam now?
Yes.
So, yeah. Not that Yusuf
I don't know
Islam
if
is a cult name.
When I watched the now, see, when I've Googled this, it did say it was more to do with that, but when you listen to the commentary by David Norton and Griffin Dunn, who play David and Jack in the film, they say it's because he actually had a belief in werewolves and he was scared. He didn't want his name associated with it for that reason.
That's cool. What a cool guy.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want my name associated with werewolves.
Yeah. So you mentioned the music, so I'll probably mention this. Yeah. I think I said this around when we did Rosemary's Baby, and you see things in the credits and you're like, wow, that's nuts. Because like in Rosemary's Baby, Vidal Sassoon did the hair. So, I mean, he's a composer, so it's not the same. But the incidental music, the score of this is Elmer Bernstein. So, Magnificent Seven, Great Escape, Man with a Golden Gun, Return of the Seven. You know, like, one of the best composers in classic Hollywood.
Well, there's a few bits like that in The Howling as well, just like people playing really tiny roles in it, little bit parts and stuff that you might blink and miss.
Yeah.
But back to American Werewolf for a minute. I was pleased to see when they're in hospital, there's a bit where you're following Nurse Price doing the rounds and there's a bottle of Lucozade on the side. And it's like, of course there is. Classic 1981. What do you do when someone's literally dying in hospital?
Lucozade.
You bring them a bottle of Lucozade.
Shove them full of glucose.
And it was a dead old school bottle as well. It was like an 89, 81 bottle. I was like transported back to my childhood. Now, I don't think it was the first, but there's that really good mirror jump scare where Dave is in the flat by himself and he opens the medicine cabinet and he turns it and Jack is behind him. Jack, his dead friend, returns from the grave in various states of decomposition and he's just like there in the mirror. I like the aspect of that where it's a classic mirror jump scare, but it's not really a jump scare because he's kind of still his mate. He's never bad. Well, his face is obviously gone green by this point. Yeah. But it's the way he's sort of leering, like he's supposed to be smiling at his friend, but he looks genuinely creepy. He looks horrible. Jack's probably my favourite character in it. He's got some great lines. I still love that dynamic. That dynamic mechanic is my favourite part about the script, in that anyone that a werewolf kills, has to roam the earth, and the werewolf that killed them sees them. So he sees his friend Jack throughout the film in several states of decomposition. But my favourite scene in the whole film is after his first rampage, and he goes to the cinema, the porn. Cinema. And he meets all his victims. Yeah, both films have a porno movie in it. Does the second one have a porno in it? The Howling has. Of course, Dee Wallace goes and watches the porn. Oh, that really troubling one, which they filmed separately, but anyway. Yeah. But yeah. Oh yeah, no, mate. That's another connection I never thought of. Well done. Yeah, porn. Great, CD porn. Yeah, CD porn. Yeah. When they go in, he goes and he has to talk to all the people that he's killed, and they're all pissed off at him. Yeah, and they're all coming up with various ways for him to top himself. Yeah, it's a really funny scene. Oh, what is the wife, the posh Yeah, the posh couple from the back garden.
Oh, you could try pills. Oh, like...
A car crash.
Yeah.
It's really fun. And one of those victims is, we're talking about cast, it's Michael Carter, who played Bib Fortuna in Return of the Jedi.
Outstanding.
He gets eaten in the subway. It's not a subway, is it? What do you call it? The underground.
Underground, yeah.
Then, later on, Nurse Price, Jenny Agutter, and David are taking a taxi. This is before he flips out and runs off to the cinema. It's Alan Ford, who plays Bricktop, is the cab driver. I noticed that, and I wouldn't have known who he was in 1981.
Well, if we're going on about the little, British gems in this cast, we've got to talk about the pub. We've got to talk about the pub.
Yeah.
So we've got the legend that is Brian Glover, who is in it, and he's got quite a main role, really, as one of the locals.
Yeah.
He tells the fantastic "Remember the Alamo" joke.
Yeah.
Remember the Alamo. David Schofield, Sean Baker, but in a relatively unspeaking role, I think he says one word. Rick Mail.
Rick Mail's there. I think he laughs into a pint, doesn't he? He like spits into a pint with laughter or something.
Captain Flashheart himself, just right there.
That was cool. The porno in it is called "See You Next Wednesday."
Ah, yes,
which is a recurring theme in John Landis films, I believe,
and also the acronym of a swear.
Yeah, no, that's "See You Next Tuesday."
Oh yeah,
Wednesday.
The other one wouldn't work.
No.
But yeah, see you next Wednesday. Yeah.
See you next wank.
I want to throw a bit of trivia. We're talking about Landis.
Oh, yeah.
Not the trivia where he killed someone, but we'll get into that.
Oof. Yeah.
But
kids. I mean, this is a rare occasion where I'm not supportive of the killing of children. This is a real life thing. He did. No. He had two children died on one of his sets, genuinely. Yeah, and the actor Vic Morrow, I think.
Vic Morrow, yeah. Mm-hmm. So actually, I won't go on to a little bit of trivia after that, but basically, for anyone that doesn't know, the very famous filmmaker John Landis, who never entered movie jail and was never cancelled.
No.
His lax kind of attitudes and practices on a movie set at Twilight Zone.
Which is quite a frightening film in itself.
Yeah.
For various reasons.
Led to the death in a helicopter crash action scene of stuntman Vic Morrow and two children.
Two actual real life children, yeah. Horrible. Although I don't know if it was his lackadaisical approach to it, or I in my mind somewhere I seem to recall that the safety standards surrounding that sort of stunt work became more stringent after that. So I'm wondering if he did follow what he was supposed to and it wasn't good enough.
There's a lot of that in it as well. It's very similar to, I mean, it's, well, not similar, but what happened to Brandon Lee in that, I think it was a combination of safety laws weren't in place yet, but also common sense. Yeah. And I think they were working long hours. I think he was overworking everyone. And
yeah.
So,
but he didn't get cancelled.
Didn't get cancelled. This was the time before cancelling. You could kill someone, you could kill kids, and it was fine.
I mean, it was 80s. Everyone was still racist then. So I mean, they still are now. If look out the window.
I think Eddie Murphy, who John Landis had kind of helped springboard his career. Eddie Murphy refused to work with him up until Beverly Hills Cop 3, which he came out of kind of.
Yeah, he directed that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which was a notoriously difficult shoot, apparently, because Eddie Murphy at that point didn't want to be seen to be cracking jokes. He wanted to be seen as an action hero star. Yeah. So he was deliberately delivering the jokes badly.
Mm. But yeah, anyway, let's go back to the trivia now. So interview with John Landis. I wanted a weird, eerie ambience for the night shots, so that wolf howl you hear was actually made up of about 9 different sounds, including a wolf, a lion, a panther, and even a locomotive.
Well, that's cool. Because I like that, because it's obviously a howl, but you couldn't just have a wolf howling and make it sound like a monster. It wouldn't sound scary.
Yeah. The other sound that you hear after that first attack out in the moors was actually a pig farm recorded from a distance. It was just something to make the audience say, "What the fuck was that?" It was quite good. I like finding out how movie monster roars are made, like the T-Rex roar or Godzilla's roar, or what's my favourite? The Balrog in Lord of the Rings is a breeze block slowly sliding down like a shovel, I think, and they just
What was Godzilla? Was that like strings on a harp or not a harp? Some stringed instrument where someone dragged down it.
Yeah, and I think there is whale and gorilla in there. I think, as well. There's all sorts in the T-Rex. There's like lion and reverse lion roar and all sorts. But American Werewolf in London, which in my notes I've kept calling I will. But yeah, it's a tragic love story, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
That's kind of its central thing. Two lads go to the moors. No, two lads go to the pub.
I think, at its core, I mean, there's a whole thing where before he's quite accepted his fate and really understands what's happening to him, he starts talking about how the Wolfman can only be killed by someone that they love. Yeah. And then, obviously, the end scene is you're always you're never sure because he's stuck in this back alleyway as a werewolf. He's fully transformed at this point. Yeah. He's backed into a corner as a monster and he's basically surrounded by police officers with guns. Alex Price, his love interest, who he loves and loves him, is standing there talking to him, and he sort of there's like almost a look of recognition on his face as a wolf, and you're like, does he know deep inside that this is like he's going to go for her and that's her killing him, and he knows he's going to die because he doesn't want to live with it, and he should have done this himself perhaps earlier on.
I like the tragedy of that.
Yeah, it's a beautiful haunting moment, isn't it?
Jenny Agutter as well, because we did Darkman. She's in that.
Is she?
Yeah. She's like the nurse that, like, you know, when...
Oh, yeah, did we say that? And go, oh, yeah, they clearly cast her in that because maybe as an homage to this.
Yeah, because it's post-Batman, isn't it?
Yeah, so, it was like 1990 or something.
But yeah, I just like the idea of, like, she's essentially like
I've forgotten all about that. We only talked about it like 2 episodes ago.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
But in Manchester Morgue time, that's like... It's like a hell dimension, so it's
it never
hundreds
ends.
of years.
It never ends.
But I like the idea that it's like she's a national treasure. She was in the Railway Children.
Yeah, of course.
So Jenny Agutter, you know, in certain generations is a treasure. And I like the idea of her getting these mad scripts for like werewolf movies and stuff and going,
Darkman.
I'll do that. Yes. Okay, dear.
Oh, this looks like a laugh. Yeah.
She's very good in it as well.
Oh yeah, she's mint. Yeah. Yeah, that's the other side of it. There's a lot of chemistry between those two, just as there's a lot of chemistry between Jack and David. It's all quite believable.
Yeah,
you know, they seem like friends, they seem like lovers, and it makes it all so much more sad and affecting. More so than the Howling. I think it's. I'll tell you what we'll do. Well, shall I read out some listener comments? Because this will bridge the gap between the films, I think.
Read out some listener comments, and should we ask the question before the Howling? I'll do it after both films.
Well, we'll talk about. I mean, I went onto social media and I asked the question: which film do you prefer of the two? A couple of times, and the answers I got. I think, as I say, I think it'll bridge the conversation a bit. So, which do you prefer? An LD Puppy on Blue Sky said it's really hard to decide. I'm siding with the Howling because not many movies have full-on werewolf cults.
Yeah,
which is true. I mean, American Werewolf in Paris does.
Yeah. How did you bring it back to American Werewolf in Paris?
Well, it's the only other one I can think of where there's a werewolf cult, and that's what they are, isn't it?
What was the other one that came out at a similar time? Blood and Chocolate.
What the fuck is that?
Blood and Chocolate is a werewolf movie. It came out at a similar time as American Werewolf in Paris, and it's like an American teens... It's called Blood and Chocolate. Anyway,
I've never heard of it.
Trust me on this.
All right, no, I believe you. I just haven't heard of it. Bad Moon's a good one. 1990s, early 90s. Bad Moon.
Yeah.
Anyway, Sean Arnold said it's American Werewolf. It's haunting and the transformation is painfully terrifying, which it is. We talked about that.
It is.
Dave. Hi, Dave. It's an American Werewolf in London, hands down. As in, that's the better of the two. Trevor says The Howling. And Todd S. Jordan says The Howling by a country mile.
Whoa, is that like an exact split? I can't count.
I don't know. I'm not going back to read them all and figure it out. Anyway, the last one I got was Foltrov. I don't know if or how I can answer this. Both movies left indelible marks on my childhood. I suppose the one that's closest to my heart is The Howling, but only because I saw it edited for TV first.
Wow, edited for TV and it's still your favourite. Nice.
Yeah.
What about you guys?
I flip-flop on this, and I've said The Howling was before, but it's American Werewolf for me. I think it's an objectively better film. But it means more to me just because I think I did see that first. I watched them both when I was too young. like most of the films we talk about.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've just long held, for the reasons we talked about, the tragedy of it, the comedy of it. I think it's a better film. The transformations are more grueling, and it affects me more. It touches me more than The Howling, I think.
Touches you.
Touches me in ways The Howling can't. I love The Howling. I think that, ironically, I think that bipedal werewolves are cooler. I think they're more monstrous.
Very true.
Yeah, I think they're cool. See Dog Soldiers, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It edges out for American Werewolf for me, but I love them both.
For me, it is hands down The Howling.
I thought you were going to say.
So
that's good. This is back and forth dynamic. We want differences of opinion.
And I had to think about this. So one of the commenters there said werewolf cults, and I've always loved that aspect.
Yeah.
Like especially the kind of how it turns out, basically the film. But I think really thinking about it, and I'm going to have to be really honest with myself, the love story aspect of American Werewolf in London is completely lost on me because I don't have a romantic cell in my body. So while both, I forget the actor's name now, David Norton and Jenny Agutter are very good, and they have chemistry, I don't care about it.
Thing is, though, if you appreciate the tragedy, I suppose you kind of have to appreciate the love story because that's what makes it tragic.
Yeah. I think what I like about American Werewolf, I like the mixed tone. I like how it's very split down the middle, comedy.
It's very, very funny in places.
Yeah, I like Jack. I like Griffin Dunn's character and the whole kind of...
He gets the best line throughout, I think.
Yeah, he does. I like the whole zombie. I like the whole you create zombies as you kill aspect. But ultimately, The Howling, it's a darker film.
It really is.
It is funny, but not overtly.
Especially is problematic.
I think it's cooler as well. It's got the better cast.
It is. It's good. It's a great film. I'm not knocking it whatsoever.
Yeah.
If I had to choose one, I'm going the other way.
Yeah.
But the cast is excellent. Dee Wallace, Robert Picardo. This is good, right? So I've got Patrick McNee, and in my notes, it's clearly auto-corrected because it's supposed to say Dick Miller. What it actually says is fuck Miller. Sorry, Dick.
I like that autocorrect.
I mean, they're both swears.
That autocorrect's got no chill.
No, zero chill.
Patrick McNee's a funny one. I was watching an interview with him about The Howling, and he's saying, originally when I got the script, I didn't want to do horror. I don't usually like doing horror because, I was in the war and I've seen enough of it. And I'm like, wow, fair enough.
Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah.
But yeah, The Howling. Joe Dante, 1981.
Yep.
Joe Dante.
Also 1981,
yeah. Joe Dante's second film next to Piranha.
Was it Piranha his first then? Yeah.
Yeah.
Piranha's a great film.
The biggest surprise here for me is John Sayles, but we'll go on to that. Yeah. So actually, we'll go on to that right now because we're talking about The Howling. So The Howling was written by John Sayles. Fantastic writer-director. So he wrote Piranha.
Yep.
He wrote The Howling. He wrote Alligator.
I fucking love Alligator.
3 of the best.
You know when people have that thing where this film is the year of my birth, so I am, say, if you were born in 1981, you'd say I'm an American Werewolf in London years old.
Yeah.
I'm Alligator years old.
That's great. But yeah, Alligator's a fantastic film. John Sayles, he wrote all these films. He went on to direct some of the most important and fantastic kind of dramas. He wrote and directed a film called Mate One with Chris Cooper. He made a film called Lone Star, also with Chris Cooper. But yeah, I encourage all listeners to go out and devour his body of work because he goes right in. I think the satire and kind of intelligence to the scripts of
Piranha
and Alligator and this is from Sayles because the B-movie monster movies, but he's not going to insult the audience. He's going to have a bit of have some extra dimensions in your script.
Yeah, so cool. Yeah.
That was the big surprise for me. I don't think I'd ever focused on that fact before.
Have you ever seen Piranha 2?
Yes.
Flying Killers. Directed by James Cameron.
James Cameron's Piranha 2.
Wow.
Yeah, they locked out of the editing suite, apparently.
Oh, really?
Tried to salvage it, but...
No, there's no salvaging that. Sorry.
Everybody's got to start somewhere.
Well, yep.
Have you seen Piranha 3DD?
The one with Kelly Brook?
Yeah, the one with where
Yeah, it's a good one, that. I liked it.
What's he called? The kid from Stand By Me and Scream 2. I'm forgetting his name. Anyway, he gets his dick bitten off.
That's right, yeah. Richard Dreyfuss dies at the beginning.
Yeah. There's a good cast.
It's a good fun film. I really enjoyed it. There's a lot of like gnarly, gory bits in it, and that is a lot of fun. There's a place...
Jerry O'Connell, that's what he's called.
Jerry O'Connell, yes. Yeah. There's a place in Blackpool that I've been to, I've told you about before, called Scream and Shake. It's a horror-themed bar, like cafe venue. And the owner, Kurt, has one of the piranhas from Piranha Double D on there, like an actual screen-used prop. I've held it. I took a picture with it in my arms, like as if it was Catch of the Day.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's really cool.
I need to go to that.
Yeah, we'll check it out sometime.
When we get out of the morgue, when they let us out.
Watch it one day.
So yeah, the Howling... there's more complexity to the story, really, than American Werewolf. I'm not saying that's what makes it better.
It is, yeah. It's very. I mean, as much as as I said, I prefer American Werewolf. It is a more simplistic tale.
Yeah.
People on holiday, one gets bitten. That's kind of it.
Yeah.
There's no backstory to speak of. It's like this is why they are where they are.
Yeah. So the Howling, I think. So it starts off. A journalist is used as bait for a serial killer.
Yeah.
Named Eddie Quist. Who I can't remember what his serial killer name is, but he has a serial killer name.
Yeah.
Robert
Picardo.
Robert Picardo, the doctor from Star Trek Voyager.
Yeah.
But he's been in a lot of things.
He's in loads of stuff,
including Gremlins 2.
Inner Space.
Yeah.
All Joe Dante films.
All great films. So yeah, she meets up with Eddie. Something happens in the weird porno theatre. So yeah, they shot the porno. It's not like an original porno. I think the one...
No, I mean, the porno is quite... I mean, it's literally like a kind of a
snuff film,
rape porno, isn't it? It's awful. I mean, it's very briefly shown.
I think Joe Dante said, like, it wasn't comfortable filming it as well. They just did
I don't think anybody would. But I think the point of it is in the film is to highlight the Eddie Quist. We don't know at this point of the film that he is a werewolf.
No.
And he's using what happens to this poor woman on the camera in this snuff film to illustrate that humans don't really feel anything, so nothing really happened to her, and he's trying to entice Dee Wallace's character to becoming a werewolf with him, because she'll experience life for the first time based on the heightened senses and all that sort of thing.
I like the visual dynamic of that scene in that he makes her look at something horrible so that she won't turn around and see something,
because he starts to transform.
Yeah, he starts to transform. So yeah, he starts to transform. Cops come in and kill him, quote unquote.
Kill.
She has a traumatic experience. She gets amnesia, and Patrick McNee, who is a psychiatrist they've called upon to look into Eddie, the serial killer, recommends that she go to his commune.
Yes,
which is essentially a self-help compound. And it's full of vampires.
Full of vampires.
It might be full. There might be vampires there.
There might be, yeah.
It's full of werewolves, basically. You find out at the end. Spoilers.
Well, there's something that just go off on a small tangent. So the Howling 2.
Yes.
Which
I don't remember much of. So.
Oh man, I've seen it so many times. It's absolutely fucking awful. I mean, it's great. I watched it as a kid. It's scary enough for a kid when I watched it, but it's got Christopher Lee in it.
Whoa.
Yeah. That's about it. But yeah, it's essentially it carries on directly from the first one, and so spoiler alert at the end of the Howling, which as usual, assuming you've probably watched these films now, given that they're 40 years old, more than 40 years old, do watch them before you listen to the podcast. So rewind a bit.
Yeah.
It starts off, so she dies at the end as Dee Wallace because she starts to become a werewolf.
Yeah.
And she wants to highlight to the world that this werewolf menace exists, and she starts to transform live on camera because she's a newsreader or whatever. Some bad werewolf makeup there. She looks like a bit like a Yorkshire Terrier.
Well, they make her a cute werewolf, and they actually say this in the archive material. They were like, we couldn't have Dee Wallace turn into like this horrible one, so they made her like a cute one.
Well,
she's cute and fuzzy. She's got a little twitchy nose.
I'm not sure I agree with that design choice, but anyway. She gets shot to death because they've got silver bullets by this point. Like they don't at the beginning when they kill Eddie Quist, they don't have silver bullets to the cops.
Yeah.
But they manage to figure out what's going on throughout the course of the film, and she gets shot. And then the second one, they decide that she's going to rise from the grave, even though she's had silver bullets in her. And and the only way to kill her is by stabbing her through the heart with a wooden stake, or a stake. It might be a silver stake, actually, but it's a stake nonetheless.
Yeah.
And that's it. It's like, for the second one, they just capitalised on the name of the first one and rehashed the vampire script. That's the only...
Is it Dee Wallace still?
No. Oh, okay. Fuck, no. No. But it's just like, it confuses vampire lore with werewolf lore. It's like they obviously wanted to make a second one, didn't have a werewolf script, so just got some random vampire script and then threw that in, threw werewolves at it.
Threw something together with vampires, like in The Simpsons.
It doesn't make any sense. You know who is in the second one? Jimmy Nail.
Jimmy Nail?
Jimmy bloody Nail is in it.
Crocodile shoes,
yeah.
What about Howling 3, the marsupials?
Fucking hell. Yeah, actual marsupial werewolves.
Vampires again.
We keep doing it. They're the same thing.
At least we're not saying Frankensteins.
Not yet. Show ain't over yet. I mean, how many Howling sequels are there? They remade the first one, didn't they? There's the fourth one's in the castle.
Yeah.
Which is actually all right.
Yeah.
There's the Freaks, where there's a vampire in it. He fights a vampire in the Freaks.
That's 5.
That's 5.
Yeah.
Or is it 6?
Oh, God, I don't know.
I don't know.
Is there one in space?
There's a werewolf in space. Is there a werewolf in space film? Because there absolutely should be.
I don't think so, no.
I watched that Werewolves with Frank Grillo the other week.
It's really good.
I really enjoyed it. It was daft as fuck.
It's The Purge with werewolves. And they're bipedal.
They are bipedal, and they're quite good effects as well.
And they've got little upturned snouts, which I like.
Yeah, that's good. No, there's a Howling called The Original Nightmare where they remake the first one.
That's so
There's
weird.
the circus one where there's a vampire in it who's the ringmaster of a circus who fights. Yeah, the Freaks. There's a castle one. That's all I can remember.
Who's watching this shit to keep making sequels?
Well, me.
I'm
not making them, but I'm watching them.
It's like, do you remember when we did what's the one with Garbage Day? Silent Night,
Deadly Night.
Yeah, and like 45 minutes of the film is flashback.
Yeah, because it's all the same film.
It's like, how did this shit get made? It's crazy.
It's bonkers, isn't it?
So yeah, I think from listening to commentaries and doing research and stuff, I think John Landis was trying to do his own thing with the lore, whereas Joe Dante is really kind of playing to the Universal Monsters stuff. So he's all about he's a big Lon Chaney fan. I think his favourite film is Bride of Frankenstein and The Invisible Man. So he's a big Universal Monsters fan, and he wanted this to have that kind of dark tone.
Sure.
But I think, it is dark.
It's definitely a darker film. In terms of scariness, I mean, I watched them both when I was quite young. I think I found American Werewolf scary. I think there's more scary moments for someone who shouldn't have watched it at the age they did.
The werewolf is scary.
The werewolf is scary, yeah. I think the only bit that I found really scary in The Howling, even as a kid, was the bit where the woman's she runs off to that, it's like an office in the woods, and she gets killed by a werewolf in there. It's like, I can't remember her name, the actor or anything. But she gets killed anyway. It's when you first fully see how big
Eddie, when he turns,
Yeah, Eddie turns up and batters her and he picks her up by the throat and all that. That was scary because it was just someone running away in the dark and trying to hide and failing at it, which is a scary concept for a kid.
Go
on.
I'm just looking at my notes now, and I'm actually surprised because you said the transformation of David is quite violent, and I think I put Eddie's transformation is more violent than David's.
I don't think it is. It's different though, isn't it? I mean, they're similarly painful looking.
Yeah.
David's kind of... Sorry, not David's. Eddie's kind of... He does that whole kind of bubbling face thing.
The bladders. The pulsating, yeah.
And it works, but I think that, as I say, with David's, it's... You can see his bones rearranging, and there's the noises more than anything as well. You can hear the cracking.
The cracking, yeah.
As it rearranges underneath him, and they're just the noises he makes because it hurts. He's screaming and sort of half screaming, half growling as his vocal cords change. And I don't recall there being any of that in The Howling. He's very much he just sort of gets on with it.
He has a bit of a deep voice.
Yeah, but I mean, the difference is though as well. These are all fucking vampires. These are all werewolves who have very much embraced the fact that they're werewolves. So he's just getting into it. He's like, "Fuck it, yeah, it's werewolf time." It's like morphing time. It's like werewolf time. Whereas time. David is like, "Oh God, I don't want this to happen at all." That's the subversion of it. They want to be werewolves and they enjoy themselves doing it.
I think you're right as well. I think we were saying that the werewolf is kind of more. The werewolf is more threatening in American Werewolf in London because in the Howling, I mean, Eddie gets shot right at the beginning. He doesn't die, but then later when he's fighting the journalist, he's getting shit thrown at him like a fucking scream killer, and he's like stumbling and falling over. But when David turns, there's never any doubt that thing is going to kill you.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
you barely see it as well. It's just like the POV shots. And
it's
like
not
the
until the Piccadilly Circus bit, is it, where you fully actually see the thing. But I suppose that's kind of also maybe the nature of the werewolves in the film as well, and that the ones that live in the colony, they're not going to be that overt or directly a threat because they're trying to live in secrecy to maintain the colony.
Yeah.
Whereas David has no control whatsoever. He's just a force of nature, and he just runs out into Piccadilly Circus and starts biting people's heads off.
Yeah.
Because he can't do anything else. He's just an animal running around. Whereas these guys they know what they're doing.
They're conscious.
Yeah.
Can't tame what's meant to be wild. It ain't natural.
No.
That's my favourite line.
Yeah.
There's a lot. Yeah. There's a lot of. I think another reason I like the Howling is because within the cult, there's the mixture of the fact that it's a whole community as well. So you've got Patrick McNee, who's like the kindly British psychiatrist, who is one of the werewolves as well, who we find out is one of the werewolves, not the leader. You've got fucking Elvira woman. I can't remember what she's called.
Oh, it's Eddie's sister, isn't it? Marsha Quist.
Marsha Quist, yeah.
Played by Elizabeth Brooks.
She's essentially Elvira.
She's
she's the traditionalist.
Forest Elvira. She looks a bit like a witch in the woods.
Yeah, so she's the traditionalist. Her younger brother, Eddie's other brother, is like almost like, I don't know, redneck you would call him at the time, and like he's the trapper, and he wears furs and stuff. Another element of the traditional werewolves. You got the old man, the crotchety old man, and then you got the younger ones that like are kind of embracing the self-help group and stuff. It's a really interesting dynamic.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
of course they all say fuck it in the end. They're like, we're werewolves. It's fine.
It's a great moment that because they use stop motion, don't they? Right almost at the very end, where Dee Wallace manages to escape in the car, and it just like shot back towards the colony. After they've set fire to the bar.
There's the change in the...
they're all fully bipedal, I think, but like you see them all, there's like 3 of them stood in the road, but they're like stop motion. They were entirely created by stop motion for that shot, which I believe they did on purpose because they wanted it to look not like a human or not natural. Yeah. They wanted it to look unnatural, which it does because it's stop motion animation.
Yeah. Slim Pickens as well.
Slim Pickens, yeah. We did forget Slim Pickens.
Who is also a werewolf.
But he's not very happy about it.
No.
He doesn't want to be one. He gets a bit pissed and has a bit of a whinge about it.
He does, yeah.
Yeah.
I have some trivia about the Howling.
Oh yeah, please
Good
do.
stuff.
Oh, can I do my cameo thing? I was going to tell you, I was mentioning this early on in the show. So there's a bit where Dee Wallace speaks to Eddie Quist on the phone right at the start of the film.
Mm-hmm.
And there's someone waiting for the phone.
Yeah.
For her to get out of the pay phone. And he goes in and he checks the phone to see if there's any change in it. That's Roger Corman.
Oh, great.
It's Roger Corman. It's a joke because apparently he was notoriously penny pinching with his budget. So the fact that he goes in and actually looks to see if there's any spare change in the bottom of the phone is like a dig at him.
Oh, that's great.
But he took it on board with good humour.
He's in Gremlins as well, isn't he?
Is he?
Well, he's either in Gremlins, but there's a similar... The director cameos in Gremlins happen when his Peltzer's dad's on the phone.
Right, I was going to say,
a phone booth.
That'll be it.
And it's Spielberg and a couple of... Yeah,
like the convention, yeah.
That's cool. So the bit of fun trivia, Joe Dante said that in all of these old monster movies, they explain like the lore of werewolves and vampires and all this stuff and how to kill them and how not to kill them.
Yeah.
And usually when they're doing those kind of exposition scenes, they're explaining stuff so that it doesn't have to be filmed because it's not in budget.
Yeah.
So there's a scene where Dick Miller he owns the occult store.
Occult books, like Ray's bookstore.
Yeah, and he's explaining all the ways, like all the Hollywood ways that are bullshit. Like you can't kill, and that's just because they didn't want to do those in the film. Yeah. So it's just him explaining all the things that he didn't want to do. The casting director was Susan Arnold, daughter of Jack Arnold, who directed many Universal monster movies, including Creature of the Black Lagoon. And one of my personal favourite, the production designer, was Robert Burns, who did Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Robert Burns.
So he's the guy, not the poet, not the Scottish poet.
Not the dead Scottish poet, no.
He's the guy that did all the Ed Gein style bone stuff.
Bone lampshade.
Also did on the Howling.
Cool.
He's the great guy in the making of the Texas Chainsaw that seems to just like think it's a piece of shit. Like, they cover the release of it, and he's just like, I didn't care for it. Which is pretty fun. But yeah, Howling's better. Is the general consensus?
Well, I don't think that's what was agreed. No, I don't think that's what was said. Anyway, whichever one you know what you can do. If you've enjoyed the show, leave us a comment and a review and all that, like we normally ask you to, as a call to action, as they say. But tell us which one you think is best. We'll read it out next time.
Yeah, I did have something fun actually about the end of the Howling. It mirrors modern times because it ends with broadcasted proof of the supernatural and nobody believes it.
That's true. Well, now they just say it was AI, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
You know what I will do just before we go? I discovered this only yesterday. We had a nice review that I found on our website.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll read it out.
Any website? Like what website?
I forget the name of the website. I was looking up our show to see if I could figure out where it was ranking and what SEO optimization. Did
you have to do age verification to get into the website?
I didn't know because I use a VPN. But yeah, it was 5-star rating on this random, because there's like 1 million podcast websites, and there's a 5-star rating on it and a review attached to it. So as I was saying before, if you could take time to help us grow a bit, share the show, leave us a rating, leave us a review, and if you want to leave us a review, you can't do better than this one. Manchester Morgue is the finest horror podcast made today. There's no other show that combines the warmth, humour and insight that Gary and Ken display every episode. I finish every listen with a newfound appreciation and knowledge of horror cinema. It's a testament to the host's ability to convey their passions in an engaging way. Thank you, Gaz and Ken, for making every fortnight that extra bit enjoyable.
Oh,
that's nice, isn't it?
That is actually right. That
Thanks,
makes
Joe.
Yeah.
That was very kind of you.
That helps us do our shift at the morgue.
Yes, it does. It gets us through those long, cold, dark nights.
Because they cut the power. So.
Yeah. And it's always cold in a morgue.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyway, in all seriousness, thank you for that. Very kind of you to say. We'll be back in 2 weeks with more bollocks. Things. Yeah. In other news, we've got a special guest coming on for the Halloween show. I'm not going to break the news just yet, but that's we're scheduled to have a film director coming on to talk about one of the films. The films. Anyway, we'll leave it at that for now. We'll see you in just a couple of weeks. Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Live from Manchester Morgue is an independent horror movie podcast, researched, written, produced and hosted by Gary Hames and Ken Talbot. New episodes air every 2 weeks on Spotify, Apple, YouTube and all major podcast providers. You can help us grow by leaving a rating or sharing the show with like-minded friends. If you want to get in touch, you can leave us a comment or email us at killertunes976@gmail.com.